Animal Engineering. Welcome back. It's been a hot minute since I last done an episode. Been sort of doing that away job. It was sort of 3 weeks on, 1 week off. I've recently pulled the pin on that job. It was an absolute shit show. So I ended up walking from that, so I am currently an unemployed bum looking for work. I've been working away on the van, on my brakes and all that kind of stuff. There was a lot of hold-ups getting parts, unfortunately, which slowed a lot of things up. It was like 5 months waiting for parts from one company, and then so eventually some of it turned up, some of it just never turned up, so I ended up just cancelling it. Like basic stuff like a Raceworks fuel filler like neck thing, still haven't got that, like 6 months later. Anyway, I have been working away. I had to go back to the old video, the last episode, just to see what I have done. But I've been playing around. Oh, jeez. Nearly went arse up there. Anyway, you can see here I've actually been and I've mounted the tank on. I've actually I got rid of the 2 air compressors. So I got rid of the 2 air compressors that were on there, the ones that came with the kit. I upgraded to like the best ones and a dual compressor kit, but they were absolute shite, to be honest. So I ended up getting 2 new ones there. There was like another $1,000. So all up, the air system. Ooh, crazy zoom. So all up, the air suspension component of this build has actually ended up being one of the most expensive. About the same as what I paid for the van and to get the van shipped over from Texas, and probably about the same as what I paid for the Holden donor vehicle as well. So pretty pricey. You can see it's obviously just a generic wiring kit that comes with them. Basically, with the battery sitting there is basically where I'm going to situate it, and you see all that extra wiring. So that's going to be a job I'm going to have to do. Is basically try and document how the wiring's run and chop it to pieces and make it so it's as short as possible, just to go where the battery is. I guess they're designed as a universal thing, you know, your battery's in the front of your car, your tank's in the boot, you can route it around wherever it's got to go. It's a bit hard to see, but I have got a rear sway bar in there now. That's all in there, and then obviously you can see I've done an exhaust. So the exhaust, basically from the cat back, I got that through ECS exhausts, or ECS engines. I think it's ECS exhausts, over east. Basically ordered that, came straight away. And then the Vibrant Performance bends, which I've used for the headers. They were all from another company, nothing to do with Vibrant Performance. I've done a massive order through this company, like everything for the fuel system, brake system, steering system, like everything. It was huge, and it took like 5 months. I think before most of it turned up, and then I actually just cancelled the rest because I got pissed off. And then sort of one of the guys from Vibrant Performance Australia found out and helped me out and actually had these bends air freighted over, which is good because it allowed me to carry on. But yeah, it was just a massive pain in the ass. So yeah, kind of went for an old school sort of Datsun-y type vibe there. You know, you see them on the old 4-bangers or 6-cylinders, they come up and then down. Sort of like that style, hadn't really seen on an LS. I'm sure it's been done somewhere, but I don't know, it has now. completely unnecessary, like most of the rest of the old chassis there. And I'm going to, so I'll get some like those heat boot things you get for the spark plug leads, and then I want to make I really want to make some sort of cover, just to cover all that, you know, hide all that, and, you know, bead roll up something, make it look all nice. Another little job I've done is relocated the shifter, so I think that's gone forward probably good 10-12 inches. That's moved forward, so that now should be pretty good and should be pretty central in where the seat's going to go in the front here. So yeah, obviously you may notice had a guy, Dermot, from Spray Foam Perth came out, so I had to pack like this whole half. I had to pull this whole half of the shed out, pack it down the other half, and that was a mission. So I had to get all that out here so you could spray foam the roof and the walls and everything. While that was out, I give the floor a coat of paint. So I just used exterior house paint, watered it down 50-50 with water, and just rolled it on. It's the cheapest way I've done it before in my last shed, and it just gets rid of that top, just gets rid of the concrete, the dusty concrete, makes it easier to sweep up, stuff like that, and it doesn't break your bank like that epoxy. Oh, that epoxy, it cost me bloody 50 grand to do this shed. And then while I was at it, I sort of kind of rearranged things a little bit. So this area over here was always like a bit of a dead space. Yeah, there's a lot of wasted space over here. So I sort of moved everything around. So now I've got like the drill press and lathes here, cabinet for the lathes right there, and then, you know, I've created a bit of an alleyway down there, just trying to utilise the space. Other than that, I was supposed to get the walls gyprocked before everything went back in, but that was just another thing that got delayed, and I had the whole shed packed up waiting for it to come, and it got delayed a week, and then they rang me up, said it was going to be delayed another week, so I was like, stuff it. I was getting bored. That's what was happening. I was getting real bored inside. All my toys were packed up, couldn't do anything out here. So anyway, that's a later problem. One day down the track we may get back to that. Possibly not. Yeah, while I was sort of working away, I just went and through and I ordered heaps of stuff. So basically, other than that filler neck and some 6AN fuel line, couldn't get that either. That took like 5-6 months and they still didn't have it. So that I gotta get some of that. I really haven't made much luck getting stuff delivered, to be honest. Yeah, so other than that, I've got everything for the fuel line, the fuel system. I've got the wiring harness back from Dirty South Race Engineering. So that's like a plug and play basic deal now. Standalone harness for the engine. I've just got to pull the old Holden out and get the pedals out of that and the brake booster and all that kind of stuff. Other than that, I've got all the line for the brake lines. So I've got all the linkages for the steering, the D shaft, steering column, steering wheel, all that stuff. I've got gauges. So I've got an autometer gauge set there, which I've only just realised this morning doesn't have a tachometer. My daughter's just, there's an RX-7 over there, my daughter's just got, we were looking at that. I saw some gauges and stuff out and I was like, oh yeah, I've got this kit. Came and opened it up and realised, anyway. Also, from recommendations on the last episode, I think it was, I do now got an ECU Master PDM. So I've made a little bird's nest kind of shit show there. But I've got a spare plug and spare terminals, and basically just ran wires off it, just so I could bench test things. So I've got that now, been playing around. I've got the indicators working, headlights, so I've got new headlights, indicators, I've got the wipers working, so ooh, they're hard to get out. So got these windscreen wipers, so these are like a solid steel case. They're designed for like a marine application, but they're 2-speed and park. So yeah, you can set the wipe angle. You can also set which side it parks. So I can have them both parking in the middle by the pillar, which is good because I don't want them both the same way, if you know what I mean. I think that'll look a bit shite. So I can either have them both parked in the middle or both parked on the outside. This would be a good thing. Other than that, so next on the list really is I want to get this chassis running. Basically I want to get it running before I put the body on. I want to get all of that little fiddly stuff done. So I've got 2 of the airlines ran to the back tyres, and then I went to do the fronts and realised that I probably couldn't really do it until I had the exhaust done. So this one here's got like a little bulkhead fitting, and I was going to sort of put it there, but when you turn the wheels, it will get in the way. So I really needed to come up in here somewhere, which also is where the brake line needs to go. So I really had to get the headers made, so that I'm going to do like an infill panel from this tube, like through to the other front one there, and then I can mount the front airbags and brake lines through bulkhead fittings in that panel. So that's a little job I've got to do. I've also got to make the fuel tank. So I have had one go at making a fuel tank, and to be honest, it probably would have been alright, but I ended up scrapping it. I wasn't happy, really wasn't happy with it, to be honest. It looked alright, it fat and done everything it had to do, but from underneath the car, which really, let's face it, doesn't matter at all. Not very often anyone's going to be able to look under the thing. But I had it up on the hoist and I just didn't like it. So I've binned it, I've got to make another one. Yeah, other than that, I've got pretty much everything sitting here ready to go to get it running and driving, which is pretty cool. Yeah. Another thing I've got to do is mount the battery, so that's pretty, again, next on the to-do list pretty soon. Sort of applied for a few jobs, Sydney Tools, just in like a tool shop, hardware store. So we'll see how we go with that. Hopefully I'll get a job, and then be able to keep cracking on with this. I'll be, you know, I think it's like a full-time job, which I've not had a full-time job in decades. Always been doing the FIFO crap, but after that last site, I'm pretty well and truly off going away and dealing with mining people, especially in Australia. It's turned to shit. It really has. All your big companies have basically gone out and they just brainwash everyone into just backstabbing each other and just being dogs. It's quite disgraceful, actually. It's embarrassing to be part of it, really. It was, yeah, very odd. Very odd. I'll get cracking back on this, we'll see how we go. If I have a bit of time the whole filming while you're making and fabbing and stuff and moving cameras around takes a lot of time. And yeah, over the past few months I've just sort of been bouncing from one thing to another, half finish this, half finish that while waiting to get stuff. But anyway, that's probably enough waffling. Oh, I've got a what do you call it? A 3D printer. So my missus got this for my birthday, actually. Pretty cool. So there's an Elegoo. Started it, and basically for like 2 weeks it pretty well never stopped, to be honest. It just went and went, and then I was printing something. I finished a print, and this little tray on the bottom's got like this little bit that comes up, and you sort of bend it and the stuff pops off, which took me a couple of prints before I actually found that out. But I didn't put it on properly, and I went inside and I came back out about an hour later, and I opened the shed door and it was like, what the hell is that? And then sort of come over here, and this was back, and because that was all crooked, it was jammed up on here, and then the print head was off the front, and it was just like, oh, chewing itself to pieces. And like you can see, just filled its brain up. Just filled its brain up and cooked it with plastic. So that is toast. So we've got a new one of them coming. We've got two actually, just in case I muck up again. But yeah, we're going to town printing stuff. These little, little 4-to-1 collector things. So these work that Ice Engines kit. Drawer full of straight ones there, 2-inch. With so that's a 1.5-inch centre line, which Ice Engine Works don't actually do a 1.5-inch centre line radius, which is basically all you can get in Australia, apart from the Vibrant Performance ones, which you can now get. So there's a tub of bends. I've done like heaps of different degrees, 12 degrees, 10 degrees, 20 degrees, 15 degrees. All different ones of them. Same with the blocks. I've got like from 10mm through to 55. Also designed up these little protractor things for marking out tube. So I've done it in the 1.75 inch and all the different centre line radiuses. So I've got 2, 3, 4, 6 and 1.5 times diameter. Same with the 2-inch, 2.5 inch and 3-inch. So I've sort of drawn all them up. Trying to sort out a website at the moment, just finishing that off, and then I'll have them available as like a download, so $10 Australian, which, if you're in America, they might be like $5 or $6 or $4 or whatever it works out to be. England, that might be £4, I don't know. But yeah, they'll be up there as just a download. You can download the file for them and then print them at home on your own printer. But yeah, I've been having fun with this thing. It's pretty cool. I've always wanted one, and then yeah, it's like very handy. That's like a 4-inch. That's what's this one? 1.75 inch, 4-inch centerline radius. So as you're at your car and using a protractor or whatever to work out your angle, you can come along and just go, put that to the angle you want, mark it, take it to your bandsaw, cut it, use a grinder, do whatever you want, cut it, just cut the thing. But you can accurately mark it, and it goes up in 2.5 degree intervals. Made doing my head is very easy, I must say. Just waffling, mate. So, I've drawn up flanges for the old rotor there. I'm going to start mocking up an exhaust. Also got a 3D print file for a gearbox T56. So I'll print that out on there, and then I've just got a copy. I've got this, who is this? somewhere up here. Ooh. So look at that billet plate there. So I believe, pretty sure that's from Dyson Rotary, I think. So I'm going to pull some measurements off that and 3D print that, and basically that goes on the, where's that go? In between your T56 and your bell housing. So I've got to get the gearbox 3D printed, copy that, 3D print that, and then get the Series 5 RX7 bell housing, 3D print that, and then I can have the full engine, gearbox, everything mocked up, and then we can get that into the Porsche and sort of start mounting that up, and then I can do the exhaust, cut the floor out and start mucking around with the Porsche. That's just kind of sitting there doing nothing. But yeah, that's where I'm at. Jobless, bum. Yeah. So I've got this, this is me tool, me electrical. Electrical stuff's expensive, man, like crimpers and stuff. Holy shit. I was looking at them, some crimpers, but they want like $600 for a pair of crimpers. But I've got, there we go. That's me sort of, me basic little electrical tool kit there. What else we got? Oh, I sort of got most of the stuff I need, I think. Just these little brass joiny jobs, because I found out I've done the what was it me donger? Ooh. What was it me donger up there? I've done those electrical horsepower academy course things. Found out that apparently soldering wire is not the go, so those little brass things go and use them to splice wires together. Little all the little clip things for fuel lines and air lines and all that. Yeah, got tube bender stuff for doing that, all the air lines and brake lines and all that kind of stuff, and then that's basically everything in there, which I got carried away. I don't know what I was doing, but I don't know. That's everything to do with fuel lines anyway. Well, the whole fuel system is like fuel pump and everything in there. So I have the stuff I need, and I currently have a lot of time as well. So hopefully very soon we should be able to Rob arm this thing, take it for a drive with no floor. Might just put some G-clamps on, G-clamp the body on and go for a drive. Anyway, if you have sat through all of this waffling, thank you for watching, and let me know in the comments if you want me to go back to film and stuff and doing the more regular episodes. We'll see, get the camera out and try and actually do a bit more filming. But yeah, I was kind of thinking I hadn't done a great deal, but when I went and checked the other video, which has been a few months, I've actually managed to do a bit on the time that I've been home. But anyway, if you have made it this far, thank you for watching, and we'll see you on another update or episode soon. Adios.